There's something nobody really tells you about growth. Nobody tells you that most of your progress will happen in silence. No applause, no visible rewards, no big breakthrough moments, just repetition. Wake up, do the work, feel unsure, repeat. And I honestly think that's why most people quit. Because as humans, we want evidence. We want proof that what we're doing is working. But recovery has shown me a different side of this. It's taught me that things can feel dull, slow, and boring for a very long time. And then suddenly, everything can change. You can see nothing for a very long time, and then you hit a threshold. All the work that looked invisible finally becomes visible. I feel like that's true mentally and physically, and it's definitely true in recovery. The dangerous part is most people stop right before they hit the breakthrough. What's up YouTube, it's Ben, and this video is about the importance of staying in the game and not giving up. I think people can give up or quit too early. And this video is about why staying in the game matters more than anything else. Because the crucial part to anything is consistency. I think one of the biggest things that recovery exposed in me was that I was naturally intense. I could push hard mentally and physically. I could go all in and suffer, but endurance, tolerance, and sustaining effort over a period of time, that was harder for me. Because intensity feels productive. It gives you dopamine and you feel powerful when you're going 100 miles per hour. But sustained effort is different. It's relentless and it's discipline. And I feel like all the results that we want are the result of compounding efforts over a period of time. That seems like the real game. It seems like people who delay gratification are rewarded the most. Recovery forced me to learn that because when you're recovering, you don't build results overnight. There's no cheat code, you just have to keep showing up. Even when you're unsure whether it's working and it's extremely boring. But as long as you make sure that you're consistent, it will create mastery which will completely change the dynamic of what you're doing. So I think it's important to keep in mind that when you're trying to achieve something, you need to remember that there is a silent accumulation effect. Whenever you're working and nothing seems to be happening and you don't see the results yet, you start questioning yourself. Is this even working? Should I stop? You can spend months doing the right things and still barely moving. But I think these months are when you have to have faith. Because I believe what's happening is silent accumulation. Everything is stacking. All of your efforts are stacking underneath the surface. Your habits are stacking. Your mindset is stacking. Your nervous system is adapting. Your identity is shifting. I think it's difficult because as humans we only really respect visible progress and ignore invisible progress, but I think that's a big mistake. A tree doesn't explode out of the ground overnight. Over time, its roots build underneath the surface, and eventually the roots become strong enough to see visible growth. I think people only really notice the breakthroughs, not the repetition, but I feel like repetition is where your future is built. I think it's so important to be able to tolerate seasons of your life where effort feels disconnected from reward. Stay emotionally stable and disconnect yourself and just do the work. Before my accident, I think I had a very rushed mindset. I wanted everything fast progress. But when you think like that, you become emotionally dependent on immediate outcomes. And that's not good because life doesn't always reward you immediately. Recovery forced me to slow down and be patient. I had to focus on very small improvements, and that made me realize that slow progress is still progress. Slow progress that lasts is far more valuable than fast progress that collapses. I think people glorify intensity online, but sustainable effort is the real superpower. The ability to stay calm and trust the process is the real strength. Transforming is usually quiet. You don't notice yourself transforming day to day, but then one day you look back and realize you're not the same person, and that's how recovery felt. And that leads me on to the breakthroughs always looking sudden to everyone else. I don't think anything meaningful happens overnight. Sudden success is years of invisible effort. But not only invisible effort, it's about dealing with uncertainty as well. Even with the gym and my physique, people may look at me and think, oh, good genetics, naturally motivated, naturally disciplined. But they don't see the deeper meaning behind it. Building my body after my brain injury wasn't about aesthetics. It represented rebuilding myself. It represented consistency, identity, and ultimately hope. Every workout had meaning that I was still moving forward. Getting into shape and the gym is so much more than physical for me now. It's so much more psychological. It's a message that you're never stuck and you can change things. The gym has taught me so much over the decade that I've been training. And one of the biggest lessons it has taught me is that movement creates momentum, and that momentum can carry you where you want to go. Another thing that I've realized in recovering from my brain injury is that your brain will try to convince you to stop. Your brain wants certainty and safety. Whenever results are delayed, your mind will start to negotiate with you. You'll keep hearing your mind saying this isn't working, and you need to be aware of this, aware that this is trying to stop you being consistent. If you fight through this and become someone who shows up regardless, things start to change. You start to be disciplined, which builds self-respect. It gives your life structure, direction, and momentum, which will lead you to your goal. I also think a very important thing to consider is that you don't need constant breakthroughs. You only need one breakthrough to change your life. After enough accumulation, one opportunity, one mindset shift, one relationship and one decision, and suddenly your whole life's direction can change. That's why it's vital that you don't quit early before you reach that threshold. If there's one rule to take from this video, it's stay in the game no matter what. I think my accident has changed my perspective quite a lot. It's made me value life more, but also realize how fragile it is. It's made me realize that life is meant to be lived, not watched or delayed. And that doesn't mean recklessness, it means engagement in life. Show up and take action. I think one of the saddest things is leaving things unexplored because you quit too early. I know now that things can change fast. It's not just in movies. Long periods of invisible progress followed by visible breakthroughs. So if you're in a season of your life right now where everything feels uncertain and boring, stay in the game. Keep showing up. Your life could be completely different 1 year from now. The scary thing is you could be closer than you think. Thank you so much for watching the video. Big change on this channel coming soon. Please like and subscribe to follow the journey. People who change their lives are rarely the people that move the fastest, but the people who refuse to leave the game. Peace.